Hello ladies, it's Amanda here. Hope you're having an awesome day. I wanted to come on because I wanted to talk about how to ask for help. I know actually someone brought this up yesterday and Kit and I were talking about it earlier this week on our interview, but I also realized, asking for help is kind of a big deal and it's not easy to do a lot of the time. And I know too from the work that I do, just, so many times people reach out to me and they're like, this is very hard to do. It's hard to even admit that you want to talk to someone, and know that you're not alone if that's happening to you. I know for myself too, it's, you're kind of taught coming along that you should be able to handle what comes your way and, get over it. It's not that big of a deal, whatever it may be. But I wanted to just kind of touch on some things that kind of can help you ask for help. And number one is kind of changing your mindset around that it's weak, that it's a sign of weakness or incompetence or that you're failing. Because, back in the day, we had a huge tribe of people to help us. We lived in communities and things have changed from that. And we were very disconnected in general. And it's not as easy to find that support that you need. So I'd say, the number one is kind of change your mindset and let go of that fear of being a burden or that, you'll be perceived as being weak, because honestly, people love to help. I mean, think about it. If someone asks you to help and it's something you're able to do, it makes you feel good. It makes people feel good to help. So people like helping others. It's something that we're just, ingrained. It's that reciprocal nature that we have within us. If we just, allow that to open up again, people like to give. And we need to be better at receiving their help. So I would first recommend that if you are needing help with something, get really specific. And maybe it takes a moment just making a list of what do I need help with and getting really specific. Because if you're going to ask someone for help, it's really good to have a specific thing in mind that you need help with. Maybe you've been going through a tough time and you're struggling and, maybe need an extra hour for yourself at the end of the day. And maybe you could ask your neighbor if they would be willing to pick up your kid from school one day. Or, next Wednesday, I could really use an hour to myself. Is it possible you could go pick up my daughter from school or whatever it is, but be really specific in your request. Like anything, hi, Marcy, having specific goals or specific things that you need are helpful. You can kind of think about it like that SMART theory out there, SMART goals you might have heard of, but S being specific. So make sure that it's specific. M is that it's meaningful, and why is it meaningful to you, and letting the person know how it would help you, because that always is so beneficial. If someone knows what they're doing to help you, that is going to be a great thing. Make sure it's action-oriented, something that they can actually do to help, versus like, I'm just feeling sad. Maybe it's, can you come and sit with me for 30 minutes and have tea and just listen to me talk? That is a specific time, they can actually do the thing that you need, and that it's real. It's actually something real that they can do, and that it's time-based, because all those things help make it easier to get your needs met. What else here? Oh yeah, always want to make sure, think about who you're asking. And if it's someone that's in the past maybe been manipulative or maybe taking advantage of you, then maybe you don't want to ask that person, because that's the other thing to think about, is that you want to let go of feeling indebted to someone for helping you. Instead, maybe you could just bring in some gratitude, like just feeling such gratitude for that person, and not like, oh, well, now I have to go do this for them. Then that kind of keeps people from asking for help as well. But, considering that you can, just be really grateful for that person. And when you have the opportunity to help someone else, so that it's a reciprocal thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be for that person, but if you too help people and do something to help someone in need at some point, then, knowing that it's kind of a reciprocal thing. And let's see, knowing that, and just really having that gratitude and letting them know they're appreciated is another important thing. So, and I want to just encourage you, if there's anything that we can do in this group to support you, I really want this to be a place of support. And if you need something, that you feel okay to ask for it. If you don't feel okay asking for it in the group, you can always send a personal message to me, or, whatever we can do to support you, then I would love to be able to do that and offer you that. And again, another thing that you can do, like I mentioned before, is like maybe make a list of all the things that you could use help with. If you're feeling super overwhelmed, just like brain dump that, get it all out. And look through it and be like, who of my friends is really excellent at this? Or who could I ask for support around this? And kind of looking at it and realizing, instead of being a burden, that you do have a team of support to pull on. You might not have thought of that way before, but like think about when you're looking at your list, maybe I could do this, or maybe I could get some support around this from this person, or maybe I need to, you can kind of divvy it out, so to speak. Because there are times in life when we get so overwhelmed. I know that happens for me, and I know what I need to do is I need to reach out and I need to get help or ask help from a coach, or, make sure I set up a date with my husband, or whatever it is making time to get those needs met. And I actually read a great book a few years ago called The Power of Receiving by Amanda Owens. And it's all about being open and being receiving, because so many times we don't even realize how we shut ourselves off from receiving, even just a compliment. Someone says, "Oh, that's a great shirt." You're like, "Oh, this little thing." But just say thank you. And that's it. So that can be another little quick way of practice receiving, is when someone gives you a compliment, just simply say thank you. And I love, kind of her tips from The Power of Receiving is that simple, like starting with those simple things. What can you do to just be more open to receiving? And maybe we can talk more about that too. I'll come on again with some more tips on receiving. But today, just kind of wanted to focus on asking for help. So hopefully you find those things helpful. And yeah, have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.